good morning, everybody. Today is May 24th, 2025. It is a Saturday. I work today at noon. We're opening an hour late, which is pretty exciting. It's already 11:30. I should be at work clocked in, but I'm not, so that's pretty sick. So goals for the day are to brush teeth, morning video log, recovery video log, schedule one, leaf farm, and water beans and sprouts. So I've already done the water beans and sprouts, and then I made my morning video log. So woke up around 8:45 and was like, oh man, it's basically like waking up at 7:45 because I'm gonna be worked till noon. So played some Roblox Garden for a little while. Corey got me on it. It's actually pretty fun. And then what did I do after that? I went with Ava to get gas for my mom's car, and then right before that, my mom went and got Jack in the Box for breakfast. So I was like, I don't really like Jack in the Box, so I just got a couple sips of soda. But other than that, I'm good without. And then let me think. Yeah, I played some more garden, and then I was like, oh man, it's kind of like time. I should go water my sprouts. So I went and watered the beans, watered the sprouts. Took my pre work bathroom break, and then yeah, it's pretty much been the whole morning. I took this video of Skips earlier so we have our guest bed out, and I took this video of Skips because he was like in the bed, like in between the bed and the couch. And it was like, hey, will you check if he's still down there? Yeah, so I like shined my flashlight down there, didn't see anything, and then I put my camera on with the flash, put it on video, went down there, and Skips was literally just like looking at the flash. I was like, bro, he's so stupid looking, he's so funny. But he's been bugging me all morning because he's a sweet guy. But yeah, that's pretty much been the whole morning. That's all I got going on. I was like, I'm gonna brush my teeth and head to work, and that's pretty much it for the day. So yeah, I'll see you all in the evening. Have a good one.
One eternity later.
Good evening, everyone. This will be a recovery video log for May 24th, 2025. It was a Saturday. So on Saturday, we didn't start work until noon. It was actually really interesting. It was really strange to be home around noon. So yeah. Anyways, goals for the day were to brush teeth, morning video log, recovery video log, schedule one wheat farm, and water beans and sprouts. Did brush my teeth, did make a morning video log, and did water the beans and sprouts. Morning was pretty fast paced. Let me think. Yeah. We'd whisper over. Corey's friend Whisper was in town, and then Ava got up at like 10, I think, and my mom was going to get Jack in the Box. And so we went and got Jack in the Box breakfast. Well, my mom did. I stayed home. I was playing video game. And then we put our orders in, so I got Ava some food, and then we went and got my mom's car some gas, came home, and then I played video games till like 11:30ish, and then left for work at noon, which is so weird. Like the whole day's vibe was just kind of weird, just because work started at noon, right? So it's like the people who usually worked at noon got there at noon, and were like, why is everyone here? Like, so why is everyone just getting here? It was really funny. But yeah, didn't get any food before work other than I was like, I didn't eat any Jack in the Box. I don't really like their breakfast. But I felt like I ate something, but I think I just drank soda. Yeah, that must have been it. And then I had a Canton. Was it a Canton? No, I had a Kung Pao chicken, dude. Someone called in and ordered a Kung Pao shrimp and a shrimp broccoli. And dude, the smell of the Kung Pao was just like, oh. That was pretty nice. So I had a Kung Pao chicken. It was so good, dude. I crushed that thing. It was really, really good. And then yeah, I always get it with pork fried rice, and just it was really good. I was like picking at it the whole day, and I think at the end of the shift I started. Yeah, was that with Kaz on our circle? I'm trying to remember if that was yesterday or Saturday. I think it was yesterday that I got that soup. But towards the end of the shift, I was like getting really, really tired, and so Ava left, and I don't remember if it was Circa or whoever we were working with, but they left too, and I was like feeling not that good. Like I just was like so tired, like so drained. Like I didn't get much sleep, and then I worked all these hours. I'm like, I got stuff to do tomorrow, so I got a soup with mushrooms and green onions and chicken, and it was actually pretty good, dude. And I tried to order it again later, but I didn't like it that much, just without the chicken. But it was actually like a solid soup. I kind of vibed with it. And my last table was these two gay dudes, and I got to talk to them about politics and the economy, and they were talking about how they're moving to Portland. And I thought it was a really nice interaction, and I finished closing up and headed home. when I got home, I started talking with Ava for a little while, and I ended up watering my beans at like 1 in the morning, dude. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't go to bed. I have to go do that. And then I like brushed my teeth and headed to bed, and yeah, that was really really funny. I literally just had like the flash of like going to get in bed, and just being like, oh, for real. Dang. Speaking of beans, there's three three beans that are like coiling around the bamboo sticks that I have out there. And I think that's really sick. I think it's really really cool. I was really hoping that at least two of them would like actually grow around the sticks and like produce beans, right? And I think it's really really sick to see three doing it. And so I was like, we counted them out today in the future, not the 24th. But you're still yapping about it, so back off. Counted it out today, and there's five that died and that I like took out of the ground, and then there's three that have coiled around the things, and then there's the nine that are like thinking about it. No, it couldn't have been nine. One, two, three, four, five. So it's probably like seven that are thinking about it, and so it's probably more like 773, but whatever. There are seven that are thinking about it, which I think is really really sick. I think it's pretty cool. And then, yeah, plants are crazy. Like, they're, like, low-key intelligent. Low-key. Right? And it's like, I don't know how they're growing like that. They just know to grow like that, or that's just how they do it. That's so interesting. Anyways, yeah, I'm really excited to see the beans grow. A lot of the sprouts need planted, so we're going to have to finish up our yard work and, like, get them in the ground very, very shortly. Or else they're probably going to start dying off, which sucks. I don't want that, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Daily thought. Oh, my friend Josue asked me what political party I'd be running. And I'm sitting here knowing full well that I would likely have to choose Democrat or Republican, which is silly because I think that I'm in a particularly niche and unique position to where if I'm actually working on this for this long, there's a very good chance that I could become learned or intelligent or passionate or motivated enough to form a new political party in America. That sounds kind of weird because Americans culturally are just Democrat or Republican. Like, it's within our culture right now. But I think that in the next 40 years, with the way humans cycle through their behavior, I think there'll be a great, unique opportunity to start a new political campaign or a new political party based around like the idea that the economy is the most important part. And like I'm still like thinking about the framework, but like economic expansion of the middle class through education and having like a genuinely well educated society is much much more important than an uneducated society that kind of can work hard sometimes but allows like corruption and stagnation economically and socially. Obviously that was word salad to someone who doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But the idea is like I don't align with Democrats or Republicans in either of the ways that I view Democrats or Republicans. The main issue is that Democrats and Republicans, the parties, have become more aligned with social issues than political issues and legislation. So it's so much more about, I think this, so we should do this as a society. This would be better for society. This and this and this about society. And it's like, social issues should be decided by the people, not the government. That doesn't make any sense. Right? It's like, when you think about government as a governing body, it's someone we allow to have power over us to dictate what we do for the betterment of society. But it doesn't work when individual human interests are allowed to peek through the cracks of this governing body, right? Like it doesn't happen, and we're seeing the cracks show through on our society today. And I think I'm in a very unique position that if I become learned enough in the next 10, 20 years, I could very easily think of a new political party to form in America, and if it happened to gain traction, it'd be very, very easy to radically modify the education system in America, especially with the use of AI, especially with it. And just like really, really put into perspective for people how much of a responsibility voting is, right? Because people are much more likely to vote based on like how they feel about a candidate as opposed to like what the candidate actually thinks and wants. So you have people who actively vote against their best interests as a member of society because they don't like the candidate that wants the best for them. And I think that's very silly, and I think that a political party based around the central idea of it just doesn't sound right if I say intelligence or learnedness or like how do you say not conscious learning, there's a term that it's like right on the tip of my tongue, and what I'm like talking about has the idea of what's called a technocracy. Technocracy is people with the technical skills to do things are the people that vote for and can be voted for certain positions. So where this kind of all started was I had the idea of like, why is there no standardized test to prove you have a basic political understanding and to prove that you could possibly imagine how an economy works and to know that you understand what you're voting for, right? Like there's nothing like that. And the issue is, in a democratic society, which we are in America, everyone is allowed a right to vote. Everyone has a say in how the world runs. The main issue with it is we have become uneducated. Like, dwelly and truly, we have become uneducated. Over time, we have become dumber. And, I mean, that's social stagnation, emotional stagnation, educational stagnation, and lead in the gasoline. Like, it's a... obviously, lead in the gasoline is crazy. But it's true. Like, that is a part of what has made us dumber, historically, in America. And so we're kind of coming off the tail end of these stagnations along with along with environmental hazards in our environment. We're coming off the tail end of it to the point where we're about to start curving back up into normalcy, like where we should be. But that curve back up takes so much social reform. And I think a lot of it, especially for the educational aspect, is going to be based on AI, right? It's like you can't really have an emotional or like social interaction reform. You can't really reform how humans socially interact biologically unless they adapt to the technological environment, you know? So over time, I definitely think we're about to see that curve bell back up, but we have to fundamentally reorganize teaching and education and go back to phonics and teach people how to form words in the language they use and like teach them how to be self-conscious and teach them that where you put things is where they stay. Like that kind of continuity is viciously important when being a member of any kind of society. Like you can't have a proper civilized member of society who doesn't understand that the impact that they have on the world also is going to impact the world. The impact they have in their actions impacts the world. and also understand that the actions curated by the world impact him directly. If you don't have someone who understands that, it's very hard to be a functioning adult. Very hard. Like, it's not going to happen. And when we say functioning, it's, are they doing their best to be a proper role model in their society? You know, like, or do they have their cups in a row? Do they have their ducks in a row? Like, are they consistent enough to do things? And it's like, if we don't circle back to that point, it becomes very difficult to re-educate a society. The issue with re-educating a society, radicalizing education, and pushing intelligence to the front of what it means to be a person in a society, I see from this perspective. It is very easy to dumb down a society because the older people who are more intelligent will view themselves as more intelligent and understand that the younger generation is dumber. And they will attack the younger generation for being dumber. That's normal human behavior. I know more than someone who's 6. When I'm 36, I will know more than them at 21. When I am 51, I will know more than them at 36. That is normal human nature. If you had a 6-year-old less intelligent than a 21-year-old, and then they grow up, and the 36-year-old is still more intelligent than the 21-year-old, and then you have radical educational change, and you have a 51-year-old who's more intelligent than the 36-year-old, who's less intelligent than the 21-year-old, that's very bad. The 51-year-old and the 36-year-old will be unhappy with this. They will not reciprocate, understand, respect the opinions of a very well-educated 21-year-old because they received the same education and are 36 and 51. And as education becomes more prevalent, there's a very good scenario that you could possibly have a 16-year-old who's more intelligent. Okay, maybe 16 isn't the right age range. Okay, theoretically, you could have a 26-year-old who's more intelligent than a 36-year-old, who's more intelligent than a 46-year-old, who's more intelligent than a 56-year-old. But the issue is, the 56-year-old, the 46-year-old, the 36-year-old, and the 26-year-old all have the same amount of responsibility and power within their society. The 56-year-old has more benefits because they're older. The 46-year-old is more intelligent than his elders and less intelligent than his youngers. So you have a 46-year-old who consciously knows, I know more than older people, and they are being, the same way he views the older person, he is being viewed. That is not good. People do not like that. That kind of behavior propagates itself up and is not good. This is a really interesting concept that I'll probably watch this video about. I hope it's making sense. It is very difficult to radicalize education within a society because no older person wants to be dumber than a younger person. I will say one more thing about this before I end the video log. I remember reading a post where someone had sent, it was like an older woman, she had sent her daughter to college and said she came back a socialist. Or I think it was a Dave Ramsey or something. She called in and was like distraught about it. And it basically said, like, I sent my kids to college and they came back socialists. Like, the environment they had at college was very much like, hey, let's have progressive tax reforms. Hey, what if we tax the rich? Hey, what if we had a more equal and free society? Hey, what if we expanded the middle class and didn't exploit small workers? Right? Like, they had these ideas. And when the daughters took them, they came home and the mother was like, oh my god, they're socialists. That's exactly it. The 46-year-old would be more intelligent than the 56-year-old. The 56-year-old would view the 46-year-old as a negative term of some kind that essentially says, you are more weak than me in some way. And the 46-year-old go, dude, I just want equal tax rates. The 36-year-old go, actually, progressive tax rates are better for this, 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 this. And the 46-year-old is going to go, shut up, socialist. It's going to be that same concept of, I need to use this word to describe you because you're weaker than me, because you know more. And then the 36-year-old is going to get corrected by the 26-year-old and go, well, actually, it's been proven that that wouldn't work. So if you look at Sweden and this happens, socially, this will occur. So, like, this happens, and then Sweden does it right, but Denmark doesn't do it right because they didn't have this safeguard in place. And the 36-year-old's going, shut up, nerd. Who's this guy? And he's going to look at the 46 and 56-year-old and go, God, that guy's insufferable. And they're going to go, I know. And that's how it works. Imagine that exact thing in reverse. 56-year-old is smarter than the 46-year-old. 46-year-old tries to share a thought. 56-year-old calls him millennial isn't the right word. Calls him a socialist. 36-year-old goes, hey man, I want to be able to own a home. 46-year-old goes, shut up, communist. 26-year-old goes, hey man, yeah, I can't afford to eat. And the 36-year-old goes, yeah, well, we're in the same boat with you, bro. We are the same. And then the Gen Z is going to go, well, yeah, but you've had more time to, like, do stuff and learn and all that. And they're going to go, no, you don't know how hard we had it. And so it's this weird cycle of the older generation is more privileged, therefore believes they're more intelligent. The younger generation is trying to become more intelligent and are put down for progressive ideas. Put down for progressive ideas is insane. Having a generation that genuinely wants to be educated, genuinely wants to learn and know things that are important and actually impact the world, and you have older generations telling them that they're weak in some way for their beliefs. Very interesting human cycle. With that, I'm definitely heading to bed. I'm going to make my other recovery video log tomorrow because I'm so tired. So, anyways, I hope you all have a good night. I'll see you all in the morning. See ya.